Guys, Deluded Guna, YouTube's N'Golo Kante. We know in football, people are being robbed blind. People are being robbed blindly throughout, man. We know the people at the top level are making a lot of money. But you wouldn't think sports science and strength and conditioning coaches are being robbed. Now, those of you who are like myself, you've got a lot of friends who've got ambitions to be footballers. And when that didn't happen, they were either becoming coaches or going to uni and doing sports science, physiotherapy and all of this with the ambitions of getting into football clubs and having combined in their love for football with their occupation. That's a pipe dream for a lot of people. We know there's a stitch up and all of these things, but it's only when you look at the figures that highlights how much of a stitch up. Now, I don't know if there's any other ways to become a sports scientist or a strength and conditioning coach. There must be in regards to strength and conditioning. You might be able to go through the personal trainer route versus uni. But even then, that's costly. Personal training courses, I don't know for them specifically, but they're bound to be expensive. In regards to the conventional route, it's around 9k or plus a year to go to university for 3 or 4 years if you want to do post-grad and all of them things. You're talking about 40k plus debt, and that's just me using a blanket fee. So when you're using a blanket fee like that and taking an investment in your education and putting that commitment to getting a degree for 3 years, those of you who've been uni like my friends have, it tests you physically and mentally to come through all of that, to invest heavily in your education, to only then really people are earning 30. People are not even earning 30k. Like, people are not even earning 30k. To reiterate the fact, someone if you go on trainingguru.com, it's a good website. You'll see the article. Someone surveyed people, 102 people, 10% in the survey earn less than 15k. Now, if you're going uni for 40 grand plus, now I'm just saying 40k. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. If you're investing that, and you're coming out to get 50k, 15k, I know there's a love for occupations and you do a job you love, but it doesn't make sense, does it? It doesn't make sense to put that risk and invest heavily into that. And when I say it doesn't make sense, that's me for want of a better word. That can discourage people. People should be able to get the same. I'm not saying they should be paid £1 million a year when you consider that fitness coaches, sports scientists, and strength and conditioning coaches are basically the hub of a team. They're always devising several training plans, and with today's day and age, you know everything about footballers. Forgive my language. These players, these managers, probably these strength fitness coaches probably know how much these players' balls weigh. That's how inclusive it is, and sometimes they're looking after several players by themselves at once. So if anybody deserves money, it does. And when you consider, ultimately, players need to stay fit to play and stay in the best condition and eat the right things. And so you can see how around the clock and 24/7 this is. So while they might not be playing and they might not be the people fans gas up, they definitely deserve the peas. And I'm pretty sure I saw a Blackpool ad. It once said 12 grand a year for head of academy sports science. To get to a head role, do you know how much years you have to put in? Do you know how much educational years you have to put in? More time, these jobs, they want additional qualifications as well. So it's not just a standard degree. It's, I want to coach in level 1, level 2, level 3, FA youth, advanced youth modules and stuff. That's even more grands on debt on top of the uni debt. So the least you could expect is that, one, there'd be several opportunities available, decent opportunities to those aspiring to get on that and have put in the work, and a decent living, like a decent living. This is why a lot of people go to America to do sports science sort of jobs, because they respect the pay there much. The salary doesn't match the experience required, or the education, or the amount of hours. I mean, that's like for me, it sounds like literally being Cristiano Ronaldo and being paid apprenticeship wage of what it used to be, £80 a week for players. Like, it doesn't make sense, man. In this day and age, with the amount of data they have to handle, the amount of players they have to manage in a different way. They're managing fitness. The amount of players are divas, so only God can imagine the different fitness drills they've got to tailor and stuff. Physios, I'm not a physiotherapist, but the amount of scans and things they've got to look for, they've got to probably compile and go through several bits of data and see which players are at increased risk of injuries. So they have to do a lot. They definitely deserve more money than this, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The amount of hours, time, money invested, and upskilling does not require match the fees. The clubs are robbing people. Imagine if you could get for 15k someone of this level of expertise. You can invest in several other areas. It makes no sense to me, and I ain't got no much more to be said on that front, man. Guys, Deluded Guna, you choosing N'Golo Kante. I'm out.